As of recording this video, Fortnite have just announced a new Power Rangers collaboration. However, rather than bringing in more Mighty Morphin characters like many people speculated, they are actually bringing in the Dino Thunder Rangers, specifically the Black Ranger and the White Ranger. Releasing in 2004, Dino Thunder quickly became one of the most popular seasons of the show, with it being highly regarded amongst most fans, often praising it as one of the best seasons or as their favourite, which is likely because it would have been the one they grew up with. Whilst I grew up on some of the later seasons such as Samurai, I still found myself watching Dino Thunder on Netflix, and I found myself quite drawn to the White Ranger. This is an opinion shared by many of the fans, as many top 10 lists I've seen tend to include him. Now, it has been a fair few years since I've actually seen an episode of Power Rangers, just any season in general, but one thing I do remember is when the White Ranger as evil was fighting against all the other Rangers. But one of the most important things is, I thought his suit was absolutely awesome, and I really liked his sword, or knife, whatever you want to call it. So purely from a design perspective, because I've not seen the show in a few years, so I can't comment on the episodes and the quality of them, but I can comment on how I'm quite glad to see the suit adapted into Fortnite, as it would genuinely look really cool fighting amongst like Peter Griffin or something, or Ariana Grande with this suit, and it'd be absolutely absurd to see that kind of thing. The other Ranger that's being added to Fortnite is the Black Dino Thunder Ranger. Now this is a character I can comment on, since it is Tommy Oliver yet again for his 5th appearance as a Ranger. It will also be his 3rd appearance as a Fortnite skin, considering the White and Green Ranger were both present in the Chapter 6 Season 4 Battle Pass as the Tier 100 skin. He is without a doubt the most popular Ranger of them all, having appeared as 5 different Rangers as previously mentioned, and being the face of the franchise in general, appearing up until, I don't even know, 2017 or so? Now the reason I can comment on this character as opposed to the White Ranger is because I actually remember this one quite well, and he was definitely my favourite, or at least one of. So with the skin being added to Fortnite, I think it's safe to say I'll be maining this one for quite a fair bit, just like I did with the other Mighty Morphin skins. Now you have to excuse me here because my knowledge of this subject is coming from Twitter, but from what I can see, the majority of the fanbase tends to be quite annoyed that the majority of content being put out by Power Rangers tend to be Mighty Morphin related in one way or another. This is evident with the first Fortnite collab being Mighty Morphin itself, and I even saw some fans when that came out being a bit annoyed that it wasn't Dino Thunder or something. However, it always had to start with this one, as this is the face of the franchise and they have to test out whether it will work or not with these lot first, the most iconic ones, before they go into the more niche and obscure Rangers such as the other seasons. One of the main reasons for this comes from the previously mentioned face of the franchise, Tommy Oliver. The Green and White Rangers specifically are the most iconic characters from the whole franchise, and are the ones most commonly featured in any type of Power Rangers media. So it is nice that they are obviously featuring a new version of the Power Rangers in Fortnite, but it is clear that they are just catering to the same audience that wants to see Tommy Oliver again. Obviously no hate intended, as I have previously said this is my favourite Ranger, but it is clear that they are just struggling to move away from Mighty Morphin and are worried about what would happen if they did something that wasn't that. However, just like with the original Mighty Morphin collab with Fortnite, I'd like to believe they're just testing the waters again with a different franchise, and wanted to see what would happen with the sales on the skins on this one, to see if they could potentially introduce more characters in later seasons or just in later collabs in general. Now I am kind of backtracking what I have said previously, but I'd like to see the Red Zero Ranger in the game, or the Red Turbo Ranger, just because it'd be nice to complete the entire Tommy Oliver set really. I'd also like to see the rest of the Dino Thunder Rangers, specifically the Red and Yellow Rangers. No hate to the Blue Ranger, but the Red and Yellow were just my favourite ones, and they are the best ones from the show. By saying that, I don't mean that I think the Red Ranger from the Dino Thunder is the greatest Red Ranger of all time. I just think he's one of the best Rangers from that show specifically. However, I will say that the Dino Thunder Ranger is probably the best Yellow Ranger of all time, and I don't really see much argument for there being another one, considering I don't really remember the other seasons, and I'm just going off what I remember here, to be honest. I'd also like to see the SPD Rangers in the game, as that was another season I liked when I was younger. Another team I'd like to see added is the Time Force Rangers, and I think this because, well, in my opinion is probably the best opinion, and they're the ones I used to like when I was little as well, so. Anyways, providing you actually have made it to the end of this 4-minute long video, I'd like to thank you for listening to me ramble about something I've not been really knowledgeable on since I was probably about like 6 or 7 years old. So leave a comment suggesting other video ideas please, because I'd really appreciate that, because I have no ideas. This is like a spur of the moment video that I just made because impulses or whatever. Also just comment whatever Ranger teams you'd like to see in the game, and hopefully they will be included at some point, because I just like to see anyone really, because I used to watch the majority of them growing up. Now leave a like and subscribe, otherwise I will shank you on now. Goodbye.